Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Cilinix Crypto. Hope you're all doing great. Hope you're all staying safe, at least in these market circumstances, which is by far the most important thing. And welcome to this video on SUI. I wanted to do a bit of an emergency update here regarding all the price action we've had in the last 24 hours. I know a lot of you are interested in SUI, including myself. It's still one of the best altcoins out there, all right? So together with, it's a little bit of a strange list, but together with something like TON, together with something like SUI, it's been holding on pretty well. So that's good. And I have to say, kind of front running what I want to say in this video, the reaction right here to that yellow line, which we'll get to a little bit later what that is pretty good as well. So short term, I think SUI can actually remain stable, but ultimately the price action we've seen in the last 12 hours, 16 hours is not great. We had massive bearish pressure coming in through Bitcoin that affected all altcoins a lot, since the Bitcoin dominance is very high. And then 11 hours ago, the US equity markets, or at least the futures of those, opened bearish as well, pushing prices down lower, pushing prices down even lower. And we saw yesterday that SUI right here broke down below the previous value area, broke down below the previous range with quite a lot of volume. So this looks like a real bearish breakdown. So ultimately, SUI right now, especially on the lower time frames, but also on the higher time frames, is bearish. All right, and that is the truth. That is objective. However, now the main question for SUI, unfortunately, is also going to be the development of US equities, and therefore also the development of Bitcoin. All right, and that is something we will know more about later today, when the US market opens, when we hopefully get some more updates from the Trump administration. I think they are going to try to pull something out of the bag to save the markets. So that's going to be interesting for sure. But that's the main thing that's going to determine whether SUI is going to be able to get back up to the previous value area, which is still a possibility, but at this point of time looks extremely difficult, or whether SUI is going to accept into some sort of a lower range. All right, and given what we know right now, given all the information we have right now, I think we have to assume that we're going to settle for a lower range. All right, now there this yellow area comes in. So usually what happens with altcoins, I hope some of you know this, but usually the price bounces between previously established value areas, right? So we had a value area established right here between 2.1 and 2.5 ultimately. If you go back in time, we had a previous balance right here in this area between 1.6 and let's say 2.1 as well. And the POC, so the point of control, the area where most volume was traded, is this yellow line right here. And getting a strong reaction from that initially when dropping back down into a previous value area is a great sign, all right? And that also means that technically it is still possible, if you get such a strong bounce from the POC, that we get back into the value area a little bit higher. Excuse me, cannot speak. But this, in this case, like technically, I would say we have a chance to do this. Fundamentally, it seems very unlikely. So therefore, this is still good that we get such a strong reaction from the POC. But given the fundamental situation, I have to say that I do think we have bottomed out here between 1.5 and 1.7. We could still spike down a bit lower, but I do think it's most likely that we are settling for a structure lower. All right, so that we might actually, or that's, I do actually think we will be able to spike back into $2 and 2.1, but ultimately I think it's going to be more likely that we will consolidate down here, and then from that consolidation down there, who knows, maybe we'll be able to start an uptrend. That's for later. For now, I think this is most likely. I will be back with new videos a little bit later today, so keep an eye out for that. That's going to be important. We have to do some continuous updates, but for now that's it. All right, thank you for watching, take care, stay safe, and bye.